against the Eagles. So
20 with you, bro.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Send Beckham alone to the left side. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, 69 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead.
Still 20 with you, bro.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. First is Wentz. This one brought in by Doyle Green-Beckham. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 19. And it'll be first down, Eagles. Wentz now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's second down. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
Wentz will try again on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Charles, for the Giants defense here, looking forward to next season, what do they need to improve and where are they solid?
I think that they'll want to continue to get better at the linebacker position. I think they want to add another pass rusher because Olivier Vernon, who's a free agent pickup in 2016, did a tremendous job coming off the edge. I thought they really shored up the interior with Damon Harrison, a defensive tackle. Landon Collins played at an MVP level on the defensive side of the ball as safety. And Janoris Jenkins became an eraser out on the corner.
He's going to walk on deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
15 yards through the air and a first down. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Complete on the right side to Green-Beckham. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. They're dangerous wide receiver. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And they will line up now for the two-point try. Wentz going to look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for two. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead.
Roy, you suck, Roy.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, look at that. Look at him turn. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Clock winding down. Ben McAdoo's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the former 7th-round pick, Rashawn Jennings. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Now Manning throwing on second down. And here the hookup good to Victor Cruz. And he's brought down after a good gain.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. And now with the play clock winding down, Ben McAdoo's going to call a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Manning now on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Offensively, the starters for the New York Giants, and one guy that's definitely hoping to stay on the field more this year, Victor Cruz.
And they would love to have him on the field. Just 6 games played over the last 2 seasons, starting with that.
Don't do it, Roy. I call you, bro.
Horrific knee injury, and then he came back last year, had a calf injury this sideline. And for most of the season, he's trying to get back in form, and the Giants would love to see that. height to him. So when you don't have to drop the shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. He finds Becker complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
But that's the kick starter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
Defensive side of the ball for the Eagles. Here they are, the starting 11. And you were telling me before the game, taking this from your knowledge bank, that if they need to improve anywhere in 2017, maybe in the secondary. Is that right?
I think you're right on that one because I think they're very happy with Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod down the middle as the safeties. But they'd love to make an upgrade at the corner position because if you're playing in the NFC East, there's some guys who can go out and get the football. And I think up front, they're looking for a bigger year from Fletcher Cox. He's their bell cow on defense, a defensive tackle, defensive end. They need to have that all-pro season from them again in 2017.
Yeah, the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Manning. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Manning indeed going for it on 4th. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. It's low, it's Wentz. Complete on the right side to Green Baker. 15 yards through the air on the 1st down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Talking with you, brother.
Green Baker, 36 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Now, after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And they're going to to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And New York set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, offensive
and it's intercepted. Picked up by the veteran, Leonis McKelvin. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. No matter what the defense throws at them, they feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't give them any opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
To throw is Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
In his own end zone, it's Manning. And that one got tipped, got threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
You suck, man.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. From his end zone, it's Manning on 3rd and long. He's going to air. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. The last he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
This is Jennings. And he's going to be met and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know if that's all on the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Right side, it's Lewis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They do go for it. It's Manning, and that's complete to Lewis. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Manning the throw on 2nd down. He's got Lewis. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. It's hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Manning to throw for it on 4th. It's caught. Shepard. That one good for 14 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. Here's Jennings. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
They run again with Jennings. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense has felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Drive, the defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now they'll throw it with Manning. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Will tie from 10 yards out. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
They're still they've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
Offensively, they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete left side. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to...
That's caught at the 25. So 2 corners down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Complete on the inside to Greenbacker. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Wentz to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Well, they said they get the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 10 yards to go on third.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Wentz looking for Aguilar. It's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job. Yielding no points. It's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do in the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points?
Break this tie. They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Now Manning throwing on second down. And the hit trying it loose. It's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw it out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
They come out with one back and three tight ends. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Incomplete. Matthews the intended target, and it's third down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Throwing is Wentz. And Matthews has got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So they're going to go for 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Wentz going to look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. touchdown. It's Sturgis to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Nolan Carroll. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they'll have great confidence having scored the last time.
It's a gain of 12. And that leads to a Philadelphia first. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Wentz. And he's got Greenbreaker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, Ryan Matthews. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Wentz on third down. And he hits his man, Matthews. A big 30-yard play on third.
Well, they just treated third and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
Matthews unable to hang on, and that'll bring up second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a good reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for
Funny with you, brother.
Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But that's feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, here's Wentz. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is third and goal. Wentz now on third and goal. And it's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you have their confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Down good ass.
Take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Manning will try again on second down. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 35. 22-yard
Too late for that one.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball.
And now escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Barwin able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second. On second down, here's Manning. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way that he made the play. He came across.
And his pass is intercepted for the 3rd time today. Picked up by the veteran Leotis McKelvin. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. Really nicely done drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. And now escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Let's go. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, 76 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Bobby Rainey now to return it. And New York set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They've got his man complete. They'll get 32 yards there, and it'll be a New York first.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Manning now on 1st down, trying to lay one up deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
Too easy, man.
Over there as his guys will get the football back. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
The way is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Throwing on second down. That's caught at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown.
Too late, boy.
Roger Lewis from a yard out. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now goal.
The extra point.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up the score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Manning going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Michael Jenkins. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Now, last time was a pretty one-pointed interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So after the INT, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a defensive player of the year at the other, and they just locked people down. I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results puts in a safety. Well, this O-line, they've had trouble with the pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football. They've sacked him time and again, and this time they do it in the end zone.
You said it, partner. No time, none whatsoever. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
So after the INT, it's Manning. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
Everyone else is trying to
What they're supposed to do on offense are usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They go play action for Jennings. Now Manning. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And now it's 3rd down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Play action. Manning finding time. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Manning, gotta have this one. Surveying the field. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points. But they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side. Instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Eagles are now set up with a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Wentz again. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
An incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Now Wentz steps away to his left. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar from 3 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works.
because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now out come the Giants. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
20 with you, brother.
receivers. It's Dez Bryant going up against Deshaun Jackson. With that, we'll send you up to FedEx Field and join our broadcasting team of Brandon Goddard and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air.
Brother. I was off tonight. You got a new number? Yeah, I was off tonight. I gotta work with J. Cole's on tomorrow. I'm about to play with one of my old co-workers. Hello? Hello.
He'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. It's Cousins on the sneak. Only a pickup or 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
They're picking up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Cousins to throw it this time. He's going to let this one go deep. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Justin Durant doesn't get mentioned very often in conversation, but at the end of every game, he's made a lot of tackles.
Now Marshall, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And the back goes into it. Third and long for Cousins. Looking deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. First down, Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And it's hit there, altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. This offensive unit today, they're going to need Dez.
A full combo plate. Size, speed, toughness, not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. A second down throw for Prescott. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And here is the Redskin defense.
Dante Whitner not only orchestrates a secondary, he puts a big hit on anyone who comes in his area.
Second down, Prescott again. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. A great read, and now look at him go. He will bring this one back. It's a pick six for the Redskins touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and a bit of harm.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten it.
slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. A few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
It's blown out cigarette or whatever. Look.
We'll see how they attack this drive.
Look. It's blowing out smoke again.
There's
decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And Beasley running over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver.
And not escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
You suck.
1 man in the backfield. Elliott. Prescott flushed to his right. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A glance back at 2016 for Dez Bryant. 50 receptions, under 800 yards, had 8 touchdowns. What do you make of the season that Dez had?
Well, remember, it started with Dez injury, so it took a little while for him to get started. I'm going to make a bold prediction for you. Would not shock me at all if he doubled his catch number next year and darn near doubled his receiving yardage total. Because if he's healthy all year long, they're going to want to take some pressure off of the run game themselves. And Dak Prescott in his second season should be that much more confident throwing it downfield.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. A first down throw for Prescott. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drive.
Now Prescott on the left side, he finds Beasley. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Pretty much like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in hand.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't.
You suck, man.
They'll try to run. No gain on the play. And what
you said what?
On 4th and goal.
Who? I'm going to bed.
It's decision time now. I know it's still just
Yeah, I'm playing mine. I'm playing one of my old co-workers. Supervisor. You next. I'm 20 with you.
Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Cousins. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot. But there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps. You get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
And the wideout in motion. On 3rd down, Cousins.
Oh.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Huh?
I said, I know.
I said, where you been? I don't know about that.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47.
It's like a good novel, man. From undrafted free agent to leading rusher for his team, the Rob Kelly story in 2016.
You're right. Matt Jones had 460. He led it by a wide margin, did Kelly, 704. The question I have for you, what do you see from Fat Rob now going forward?
I think that he can be the lead runner for them because he does an excellent job in pass protection, a skill not many backs have.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. So the throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
Cousins on the keeper. Given 2 yards on that play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
4th and 1. I don't think Wild Horses could have dragged that quarterback off the field. He was motioning to go for it from the start. And sure enough, it's the ground game that gets him the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. And here's Marshall. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
So an entertaining first half, and now we have hit the 2-minute warning. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This is Marshall. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. See what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Bryce Butler, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Prescott to throw it. He completes it to Bryant. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there. able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran corner, D'Angelo Hall. And these guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Cousins going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and that'll bring up second down.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
A second down throw for Cousins. He's going to let it go again. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
They made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. They come out here in the eye. He's got time. He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more. Hey, Charles, give me water. Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated. Ready for the start of the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards, all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you're all looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Prescott. He's got time in the pocket. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. And that'll make it third down. A pretty good coverage there in both of these defenses. They've had coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. On third down, it's Prescott. Well, this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And they're going to speed things up here.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did. Help me out, partner. Was that incomplete?
That was on a deep ball to Den.
And that's a surprise. The way he attacks the football in the air, it's always surprising to me when he doesn't complete a pass like that.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there. I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Prescott to throw on 4th. And it is incomplete. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle. Starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you, Plum?
I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
They'll run with Marshall. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
On 3rd down, Cousins. It's brought in by Dodson. And he won't have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Dodson with a grab over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. First down, here's Cousins. His throw is incomplete. second down following the incompletion. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
So now on fourth down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold. He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And some real confusion here. They won't even get to the line. The play clock's running down. And big problems getting the play out, obviously.
My drag ball called earlier today, but
Who's on one? Who's on one? He's about to go to sleep.
I'm good. I'm gonna whoop you twice. I'm the best.
From the gun. Right side, he has Witten. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though he completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Prescott now on second down. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to be intercepted the third time. Picked off by the veteran corner, D'Angelo Hall. Look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer to this?
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Jackson, 85 yards. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something, when you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And they will line up now for the two-point try. Hoskins now for the extra point. And it's up and good to make this now a 14-8 ball game.
Yeah, dude.
Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards, all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now come the Cowboys. Interceptions. He's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll be a Dallas first down. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. They'll come out in the pistol. Let's go. Prescott on first down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will have the lead if they can hit the PAT. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass set. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing, Cousins. He's going to go for a big play. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Washington. 44 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
No gain on the play there, second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
This is Kelly. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Cousins. Finds his target, it's Crowder. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Well, we used to see the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They come out here in the eye. A give left side, Kelly. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while,
it is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it'll bring in 3rd down. Situation. He's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. 3rd and long for Prescott. Surveying the field. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's got time. He's going to let it fly. Time for a break. And no, it's incomplete. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. great spot to start this drive from here. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook. A little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Leopard! Go on! What's in that, Barney? Over!
Now a handoff as they run left side. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on 3rd down. It's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this would be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at the 2. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Bryant, the lone receiver left. Now Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and it's good as they tack on 1 more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory.
They don't do it themselves.